You ever notice how weird we become at night? I'm serious. You'll be lying in bed. It's like 1 in the morning. Your room's completely dark, and suddenly you become the most motivated person on the planet. Tomorrow's different. Tomorrow you're waking up early. You're finally gonna start going to the gym. You're gonna stop wasting time scrolling or something like that. And for some reason, you actually believe it. Not in the fake motivational quote kind of way. It feels real. You can almost picture it. You can picture yourself being disciplined. You can picture yourself looking healthier, making money, living a different life, something like that. And then you go to sleep, you wake up, your alarm goes off, you stare at the ceiling for 5 minutes, you check your phone for just a second, and somehow the person you were last night completely disappears. It's like somebody swapped you with another version of yourself. The motivation is gone, the excitement's gone. Now all you want to do is stay in bed. I've always wondered, why does that happen? Because if you've experienced this before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't think it's because you're lazy. I don't think you're broken or you're lacking motivation. I think it's something else happening. Now hear me out. This is just something I've come to believe. I don't think those dreams randomly end up in your head. If I constantly catch myself thinking about making YouTube videos, building businesses, creating something meaningful, I don't think that's random. I think those thoughts exist because somewhere deep down, I genuinely believe that I'm capable of becoming that person. Otherwise, why would I keep coming back to them? Why do some people dream about becoming artists or opening cafes or traveling the world or something like that? We all obsess over different things, and maybe the things you can't stop thinking about are trying to tell you something. Not that success is guaranteed, life doesn't work like that, but maybe they're pointing towards a direction you're meant to explore. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I've always found it strange how the same dreams keeps finding its way back into my head, no matter how many times I ignore it. And for me, it's always been, well, making videos, content. I can't even count how many times I've told myself I'm gonna take this seriously. I watch creators I looked up to and I think I could do this, and I'd spend hours planning videos, writing ideas, learning how thumbnails work, watch edit tutorials, buying better equipment, something like that, and convincing myself that I was making progress. But if I'm being honest, I wasn't, because planning feels productive. It tricks you into feeling that you've already started when really you're just standing at the starting line looking at it. I spent way more time preparing to make videos than actually making videos. And the crazy part is every night I tell myself tomorrow's the day, I finally become consistent, I'd upload, stop procrastinating, something like that, and somehow I always found another excuse. Excuses like I'm too tired today, I'll do it after lunch, I'll wait until Monday or day after. It was never one big excuse, it was hundreds of tiny little ones. Then one day I realized something. Every single version of me, the excited one and 2 at the morning and the lazy one at 9 in the morning, they both wanted the same life. The only difference was one of them was willing to be uncomfortable and the other wasn't. And that's when it hit me. Maybe motivation isn't supposed to get you through the work. Maybe motivation's only job is to show you what you actually want. Because think about it, that version of you lying in bed isn't worried about editing or waking up early or going to the gym. He's looking 10 years ahead and imagining what life could become. The version of you that wakes up is only thinking about today's comfortable, today's easy, today's familiar. One version is chasing the future and the other is protecting the present. And every morning, those two versions fight each other. I used to think successful people woke up motivated every day, and honestly I believed that, and I thought YouTubers loved editing videos like it's the only thing they do. I thought business owners woke up excited to work every morning. I thought people who went to the gym every day just had more discipline than me. But the more people I listened to, the more I realized they all say the same thing. They don't feel like it either, they just stop making feeling like it a requirement. That completely changed the way I think, because if I'm waiting to feel motivated, I'm waiting for something that was never supposed to stay. Motivation is like weather. Some days it's there, some days it isn't. Imagine only brushing your teeth when you feel motivated, or only showing up to work when you feel inspired. Your life would literally fall apart. But somehow, that's exactly how most of us treat dreams we care about the most. So now, when I get that burst of motivation at night, I don't just tell myself tomorrow I'll become a different person, because I know I won't. Tomorrow, I'll still be tired, I'll still want to scroll, I'll still want to procrastinate, I'll still come up with excuses. The difference now is that I expected that. And because I expected it, those excuses don't surprise me anymore. I don't wait until I feel ready, I just start. Sometimes it's opening in Premiere, sometimes it's writing one paragraph, sometimes it's editing for 10 minutes. That's it. And almost every single time, those 10 minutes turn into an hour, not because motivational magically appeared, but because action had a funny way of creating the feeling we were waiting for all along. Maybe that version of you lying awake at 2 in the morning isn't lying to you, and maybe that's the most honest version of you, the version that isn't thinking about comfort or convenience or how hard tomorrow will be, just the life you genuinely want. The question isn't whether that version of you is real, the question is why do people keep letting tomorrow's version talk them out of it? Because one day there won't be another tomorrow. There'll just be a version of you looking back, wondering what would have happened if you've just listened to the person you become every night before you went to sleep. The more I think about it, the more I realize that version of you at 2 in the morning isn't actually more motivated. You're just quieter. Think about it. It's late. Nobody's texting you. Nobody's expecting anything from you. You're not worrying about work tomorrow or school or bills or whatever people think of you for a few minutes. All that noise disappears, and underneath all of it, you're left with one question: what do I actually want? I think that's why so many dreams show up at night, not because the night gives you motivation, but because it takes away distractions, and for once, you can actually hear what you think. Then the morning comes, notifications, emails, TikTok, Instagram, responsibility, deadlines, and suddenly that little voice gets drowned out. Not because it left, because everything else became louder. I think that's what happened to me for years. I'd get excited, tell myself this is it, this is the week I become consistent. I wake up at 6, go to the gym, edit for 3 hours, something like that. I planned my life like I was already disciplined. And the next day, I'd miss one thing, say maybe I woke up late, and because I wasn't perfect, I convinced myself the whole day was ruined. So I'll just restart on Monday or the day after or something like that. And how many Mondays or tomorrows have you restarted? Like seriously, I've lost count of mine. I used to think successful people had some kind of secret. Maybe they were naturally disciplined. Maybe they just wanted it more. But the older I get, the less I believe that's true. I think the difference is much smaller than that. Successful people have bad days too. They also procrastinate or get distracted or doubt themselves. The difference is they don't turn one bad day into one bad month. If they mess up today, they continue tomorrow. There's something kind of funny about the human brain, I guess. We'll spend months waiting for motivation when the thing we're waiting for usually shows up after we've already started. So think about the gym. How many times have you not wanted to go, but after 20 minutes, you were actually enjoying it? Or cleaning your room, or editing, or whatever it is that you enjoy. The hardest part is almost never doing the thing, it's starting the thing. It's those first 5 minutes, and after that, your brain settles in, it accepts, and you kind of just go like, okay, I guess we're doing this. But getting to those first 5 minutes, that's the hardest part for me, and probably for you as well. Because once you've started, stopping feels harder than continuing. And maybe that's the biggest lesson I've learned. The person you're trying to become isn't built through those huge moments where you're incredibly motivated. They're built on random Tuesdays, or on boring Wednesdays afternoons, or on days where you'd rather do literally anything else. Because anyone can work when they're excited, that's easy. Real test is, what do you want to do when the excitement disappears? You know what? I want you to try something tonight. When you're lying in bed and that version of you starts dreaming again, where you get so much motivation, you want to do something, listen to them. Like really listen. Don't just get excited, and ask yourself, what's the smallest thing I can do tomorrow that proves I listened? Not change my life, not become a millionaire, not become the perfect version of myself overnight. Just what's the one thing? Maybe it's writing one page, it's filming one video, it's sending one email, or whatever it is. Just do it, and that is all. Because your life rarely changes because of one giant decision. It changes because you kept making one small decision over and over again. So maybe you don't need another motivational video. Maybe you don't need another productivity hack. Maybe you don't need to wait until Monday. Maybe the person that you become every night or you fall asleep has been trying to tell you the same thing for years. Not that your life will magically work out, not that success is guaranteed, just that the life you keep imagining will never exist unless the version of you that wakes up tomorrow finally decides to trust the version of you that went to sleep tonight. And honestly, I think that's a conversation all of us need to start having.